If I had more energy right now, I'd probably be like, how do they even do it on TV? We're now interrupting your scheduled programming. If I had more energy, I'd do something like that, but I don't, just because I'm tired. This isn't part of the video, it's just like a little mini thingy. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Basically, oh shit, kill the ward. Oh my god, she's gonna kill the ward. Holy shit, this game makes. Damn, she killed the ward. As a support, it bugs the fuck out of me when I see wards that can be killed and that are pinked and they never get killed. Oh my gosh, I will die for those wards. I've been baited by ward. I've been ward baited before quite often, just because I want to kill those wards. People know my weakness, but that got me all excited. Holy crap. Basically, I'm doing this little part of this video to talk about what I want to do with the channel. I figured that what I want to do is just have a structured schedule. So Tuesday and Thursday, I want to upload videos consistently. Tuesday videos will be for beginners. I guess you could call it Newbie Tuesday. I don't want to sound like fucking Day 9 now. I think that's what he calls it. I don't watch his stuff enough to know exactly what he calls his little kind of scheduled week schedule or whatever, but it's more for beginners. I could do Thursdays too to not look like Day 9 if I want to. It's more dedicated towards kind of helping people figure out how to play support in Season 3, etc. Because that was the ultimate goal of the channel. The second thing I'm going to do is on Thursdays, I'm going to do replay analysis. Go back, watch my replays. If people want me to watch other replays, I can as well. Also do commentaries and stuff like that. Also do guides. The guides won't come out every week, though. They'll come out every 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how quickly I do them. Guides for me take a really long time, because I don't think in a way that is conducive for making good guides, I guess. The way my brain works doesn't help to make good guides, so yeah. So that's kind of my plan. I will also do ramble videos, I guess, on the side. Just kind of things talk about the meta of supporting. Talk about things like League of Legends as a whole, supporting as a whole, etc. Just more broad topics that don't pertain to a particular subject of supporting, etc. Also, I'm going to try and start streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, depending on how much I feel like streaming. I may do that, may not. It'll be around 5 p.m. PST most of the time is when I'll stream. So there'll be a normals and ranked, because I don't always like playing ranked. Ranked to me is something I play when I want to actually get better. When I want to play against people who I'm going to assume are of equal skill to me, or are of equal skill to them, etc. So, oh damn, the snipes. So yeah, that's just kind of my plans for the channel. That's my last hurrah, I guess you could call it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and the next video up will be, or the video that will come up after this will be talking about runes for supports in Season 3. So thank you guys for watching, and it's your regular scheduled program. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Michael. Today I'm doing a little video talking about Season 3 support Rune Pages. In this video I'm going to talk about 4. Boom. Put it on there. Put number 4 on there. I won't, because I'm stupid. 4 Rune Pages. All of which are pretty standard. They're the ones you'll see the most. Each of them kind of incorporates a different playstyle into them. But the ones that are pretty standard that you see the most in solo queue that I think are probably not the strongest, but just very good support Rune Pages to kind of use for beginners, I guess. This is more of a beginner-ish video. Just going to talk about, like I said, the very standard Rune Pages you see the most. I want to first talk about substituting something like HP Quints for GP10 Quints. I like GP10 Quints in solo queue. I know some people don't. I know people like the early game tankiness. The reason why I like GP10 is it makes you a little bit more self-sufficient. If you don't get ahead in lane, or if you don't get ahead in as a team, you can still have the GP10 rolling in and still get the gold. When you don't have GP10 Quints, if you don't get ahead in lane, if you don't get ahead as a team, you kind of fall behind in the end. You become reliant on getting a kills and assists, you become reliant on getting global gold, which is something you can't always count on in solo queue with your team. So I like having GP10 to kind of make me a little bit more self-sufficient. It does hurt your early game power, makes you a little bit more weak, because GP10 doesn't help you in a fight at all, but it helps you to be a little more self-sufficient and get that gold income coming in. So that's why I like GP10, that's why I have GP10 on most of my pages. Any hoozle, let us begin, not talk about the baloney pants baloney stuff anymore. This first page is a very poke-based Rune page. This is very much for champions like Lulu, Zyra, Sona, champions who do well with dual penetration. So what we have on this page is we have dual penetration reds, which somebody told me about at the end of Season 2, which I think is absolutely genius, and I'm like, damn, I am stupid for not thinking of that before. This is genius. Basically, champions like Lulu, Sona, Zyra, you're going to be auto-attacking, harassing quite often, correct? You're going to also be using your abilities to poke and harass as well. So having dual penetration just kind of gives you the best of both worlds in that kind of case. Really strong set of reds for that type of playstyle. Then you have the full set of armor yellows to kind of negate damage coming at you. Then you have a full set of scaling mana regen blues. I like the scaling mana regen blues because being a champion who uses mana a lot, something like Sona, Lulu, Zyra, for example, having that 9 per 5 at level 18 is actually really nice. It's like a free Philo stone, basically. You can substitute with flat MR if you want. You can substitute with like AP if you even wanted to. You can substitute it with anything you want. But I like the scaling mana regen blue on this. Then I have the GP10 Quince for, like I said before, the late game. So this is a very poke-based rune page. It does very well with champions like Lulu, Sona, Zyra, even as well with Soraka, for example. Champions who you'll be auto-attack harassing quite often with, and then also using your abilities to harass as well. Very, very strong to have that dual penetration on, or with. Next up, we have one that's more for passive supporting. Say you're playing a passive support and you want to be passive. Say you're playing against a passive bot lane, and you can afford to be passive. This is a pretty good rune page if you just want to stack the GP10 and start getting a lot of gold coming in. So this is a full set of armor reds. What would be for most people a full set of GP10 yellows. I don't like the whole GP10 yellows because I like having one armor yellow because I hate having 5.25 there. Just a small quirk of mine. This is also 6 scaling mana regen blues and 3 flat MR blues and then GP10 Quince. So you have 5 GP10 per 10. Then you also have about 10 armor. You get about 6 mana per 5 at level 18, and then you get the 4 magic resist. Very, very passive rune page. You're not going to want to use this on champions like Blitzcrank, Taric, or Thresh, champions who you want to be innately tanky and kind of be aggressive in the bot lane with. You could use it on champions like Lulu, Sona, or Zyra even. It's not optimal, but you could. Champions like Nunu, Soraka, Janna, champions who would be played a little more passively. Even Nami could work well with this. Champions who would be played a little more passively with. You can use this to great success with if you want to be passive. Very, very passive rune page because you have the GP10 coming in. A lot of GP10, not a lot of resistances can be taken advantage of very easily in the bot lane though. So this is more of a passive bot lane, which is why I call it AFK bush control. So this next one is more about being tanky early game. You don't have the damage, you don't have like attack damage reds or the penetration reds or just normal penetration reds. You have, instead of that, you have a full set of armor reds, a full set of armor yellows, a full set of flat MR blues, and a full set of GP10 Quince. I would use this on champions like Blitzcrank, Taric, Thresh, Leona, maybe even Nunu, for example. You could even use it on champions like Sona, Lulu, Zyra if you wanted to. It's more about being tanky early game and kind of negating damage. I would never use this against a lane or a team composition of like Taric, J4 jungle, Taric, like Xin Zhao or Vi jungle. Mostly because of the way that penetration's changed and kind of how those champions have become so kind of popular in Season 3. Having so much penetration just negates the armor stacking you have. So I would never kind of run this against a composition like that, but this is very neutral. Can be used on anybody. It's much more of a defensive bot lane where you don't want to take damage from both the support, if it's a support who does magic damage, and also the enemy AD carry. This last page is basically the same as this page, except instead of having the armor reds, you have attack damage reds. So you have a full set of attack damage reds, full set of armor yellows, full set of magic resist blues, flat magic resist blues, mind you, and a full set of GP10 Quince. This is more of a cheeky page I like to run sometimes. It's kind of got the same premise as this page, where you're going to be kind of auto-attack harassing a lot, etc. But it can also be used very well with champions like Ashe, GP, Yorick, Thresh. Blitzcrank could work decently well with it. Lee Sin, Jarvan, who are champions that do play as support from time to time. These is a rune page that does well with them just because they all either do well or scale well with attack damage. Thresh can work well with it just because Thresh's Q passive does scale with attack damage, which will soon be his E passive, etc. It's more just for auto attack poking or using it with champions who do scale well with attack damage. This is kind of what this rune page uses. Kind of the same kind of premise as this. Could be used either to poke or it could be used to kind of all in. You could also substitute the GP10 for like AD Quince if you wanted to, if you really wanted to go all in E with a champion like Lee Sin support, but I like having the GP10 because if you fall behind on Lee Sin support, you kind of suck. So those are the 4 rune pages I want to talk about, all of which have different uses and different kind of quirks to them. Not as niche as a page like this, for example, but still kind of niche in their own right. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this helped you kind of look at some relatively standard rune pages that I see quite often in solo queue, as well as ones that I use myself. Hopefully it helped you to see this and maybe say, man, that rune page right there. It's a cool rune page. I'll give it a try. Maybe we can experiment, etc. I don't know. I don't know what I want to say anymore. I'm crying. It's a sad day. I don't know what the hell I'm doing at this point. I'm going crazy. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate you guys watching. I will have down in here a little list of pretty much what it's for, and then also what is in it, so you can see it a little bit because this font's small as hell. And if you're like me, your eyesight is bad because you're old. So, thank you guys for watching, and have a terrific, super duper swell day.